Hello, peeps, and welcome to a Call of Duty Modern Warfare review slash thoughts. This is all going to be in my opinion. So, how I'm basically going to do this review is I'm going to start off with by doing the campaign, going in depth about that, then multiplayer, and then special ops slash co-op, whatever you prefer to call it, and then doing an overall view about talking how about the devs and also the updates and stuff like that and how they are on Twitter and all that. Again, like I said, this is all my view. So if you do disagree, do it respectfully and all that. Yeah, and feel free to on down in the comment section below and stuff like that. I'll have timestamps for each one. So if you want to just skip the campaign, you can. I'll have it in the description and stuff like that. And this is all just going to be more from a gamer point of view instead of I guess you can say like a coder point of view or like a different point of view. I've been played all the Call of Duties except for 1 and 3, and I played more of certain CODs and less of certain CODs and that. So I do know I would say a appropriate COD. Do I know everything about those CODs? No. I don't know everything, and my opinions are also different compared to other people and all that. So, anyways, let's get into this. So, we're gonna start with the Call of Duty Modern Warfare campaign. So, first of all, it was short. A lot of people also said that and that too, but it's very short. And I do agree, it felt a lot shorter than a normal Call of Duty campaign. And I played every single Call of Duty campaign through, except for Call of Duty 1, 2, and 3. I played part of 2 and then I just kind of gave up. I played Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare's whole campaign on the remastered version and part on the older version. And like I played every single campaign since that, except for Infinite Warfare's, and also Call of Duty War 2. But I saw it on YouTube in that, and I played about halfway through it in that, but I didn't play fully through it as I saw it on YouTube, and I didn't think I was going to get a PS4 anytime soon at that time, but that's a discussion for another time. It felt a lot shorter, but it doesn't mean that it wasn't good. It was decent storyline. I would say it was kind of a normal kind of COD, Americans and UK versus Russians, pretty much. Like it's a typical Call of Duty campaign with some actual dark kind of tones in that to it, which I personally really like the dark tones in that, but some people may not enjoy that type of dark humor or dark kind of themes and stuff like that. But I personally like it, so I think it was a pretty good campaign. Overall, the campaign was a 7 out of 10. The music was pretty good. It was like I would say normal kind of Call of Duty Modern Warfare type of music, like level. That and the story, like I said, it was pretty good. Like it wasn't really too kind of like confusing in that. It was a really simple kind of story. It's Russians had gas, something like that. Americans and UK try to stop these terrorists from starting World War III. So it wasn't really a kind of a cool kind of story, but like I guess it works out for something that was so short. Um, there like kind of XP bonuses and stuff like that. And I know some other Call of Duties had it. I believe Call of Duty Black Ops 3 had that type of stuff where you can get camos and stuff like that. Yeah, it was Black Ops 3. Sorry, just trying to remember that I had campaign. I guess you can call them rewards in that. So it's nothing new. The campaign brings pretty much nothing new other than there's some pretty cool missions. The stealth missions were by far my favorite in that, and it's really intense when you're playing it. You can kind of just feel it and all that with the atmosphere and stuff like that. And I play all this on PlayStation 2, so just if you peeps are curious and all that. And there's some missions that weren't as cool as others, but I'd say all of them were either decent or good. But the campaign wasn't great. It wasn't like Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3 or Black Ops campaign. Oh, those are absolute masterpieces. Those are incredible. Beautiful. If you haven't played those, I really suggest playing those games because those are my two favorite Call of Duties of all times and one of my favorite games of all times too. You have Captain Price. Captain Price, he's I would say just kind of normal Captain Price, but just rebooted into a different series. There's a lot of like references to a lot of characters in that, which I really appreciate, from the old Call of Duty Modern Warfare series and stuff like that. And there's a lot of cool Easter eggs and stuff like that too. But overall, I'd say the campaign's probably about a 6.5, maybe a 7. I would say, if I was a lucky day or something like that. But now we're going to move on to multiplayer. Now, multiplayer, we're going to go a lot more in depth. I played so far, I have 1 day in 6 hours, and I think it said 21 minutes or something like that. I can't remember exact minutes. I just checked about roughly 10 minutes ago, so about 5 minutes before I started recording the audio for this. And so I have a lot of multiplayer experience. It's almost been out for a month, like I said, in the intro, or I believe I did, and all that. And multiplayer, I really like. I know a lot of people complained about campers, but I don't think the campers are that bad, as you can just use tactics to dodge them and stuff like that. And that's what I really like about this Call of Duty, is that it's not like a old Call of Duty, like kind of you just go around running around with some snipers, shooting people, stuff like that. It's very tactical, and it's somewhat new, but also not. And so it kind of has the kind of old Call of Duty feeling to it, but it also brings new stuff to the table, like it has control, mobility, and stuff like that. So you have to be the stats. I really like the stats how they are. I kind of wish I'd give the number off, like saying like 79, something like that, so it's more accurate to compare. I know you can compare and stuff like that, but it'd be nice if it said like, oh, damage did 79, and it's all out of 100 and stuff like that. And then it like say range does 80, out of 100 and stuff like that. That's something I would appreciate and all that. But that's just because like some other CODs have that, and I really like that because I really like to get in depth and compare all my guns and get the exact stats that I personally want. But with the attachments, it's something new, but not really new in my opinion. Like I'm pretty sure some other CODs had this, but I also before we get into the attachment parts, I actually really like that they went back to the kind of old Modern Warfare way of layouts, stuff like that. Like you automatically get a grenade, you automatically have 3 perks, you automatically have your tactical grenade or your secondary grenade or whatever you prefer to call it. You automatically get 2 guns. There's no longer this point system, so like one person can have like 10 attachments to the gun, but like no perks or anything and stuff like that. And then other people gonna just have like 2 guns, 2 grenades, 2 flashbangs, but have no attachments because like it costs points and stuff like that. I really like that personally. Uh, I mean, well, like for the attachment parts, you're allowed to have a couple, but like I really like how you're only allowed to have 5 attachments, and it's not actually too little, and it's not too much in my opinion. I think five's like kind of the perfect balance, almost, especially like how the attachments work in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. You have like your sights, and then you have your stock, and it's really cool. You can get to really cool looking guns in that. I see some like some in the community, they make like AK-47U and stuff like that. They made like old guns from like previous Call of Duty games that you can make with just the attachments and stuff like that, but that are not in the game. So it gives like a lot of creativity to the guns in that, in my opinion. So I really, really like that, how attachments are and how the layout is. But I also was a really big fan of Call of Duty Black Ops and Call of Duty Modern Warfare, like I said before. So I kind of like how it's bringing back the old way instead of this point system. And that. So if you definitely don't like the point system for layouts and attachments and stuff like that, then you definitely would like this layout. Now for classes, there's only 5 classes so far. There's no prestiging, which at first when I heard about that, no prestiging, I thought like something completely different from what we had in that. I thought automatically there was prestiging. So leveling up is a lot different. You get to level 55, I believe, right? And then after level 55, when you unlock all the stuff in that, you get these missions, and these missions can give you extra XP and stuff like that. It's like officer like rewards or something like that. It's called. I'm not sure if I'm saying exactly what it's called and stuff like that. That it's definitely something interesting. I really like how they added in something new, but something cool that I personally would like, especially after getting past level 55, because I'm level 113 right now. And something that's really annoying is the lack of classes, and a lot of people agree with this, or at least what I see. So I think it would be cool for every like kind of level 50 maybe you get or something like that. Something that's kind of challenging but not too challenging. You get an extra class, you know what I'm saying? So like when you hit level 50, you get 6 classes now. Level 100, another 6. Maybe that's a bit too much, but something like that would be cool. Or after level 55, after completing like 10 of the missions, instead of getting, I believe you get an album or something like that after completing 10 of the missions and that, maybe you get a class, and there's, I can't remember how many challenges. I think there's like over like 100 challenges, so then you'd be able to get that like an extra 10 classes or that. Or another thing they can do is they give the option to do the officer like challenge reward things, whatever they're called, after level 55, right? And then you can also prestige. So if you decide to prestige and all that, then you will get an extra class and all that, and everything will reset back to level 1 and that. Or you can do the officer way and get a bunch of cool albums and stuff like that. So for people that don't want the extra class, they can just continue on getting higher and higher and higher levels or whatever. And then for the ones that prestige, they lose all the stuff. Maybe you get a prestige token, maybe not, and then they get an extra class. So it gives an option and all that. And so players aren't feeling forced to keep on grinding out again or whatever, if they don't want to. And players can also get an extra class or whatever too, and all that. So now into more of the gameplay, how it feels. I'm playing. So the new update came out yesterday. Playing gun game. With gun game, it's very different. It's mostly dark maps, which a lot of people don't like, but I don't mind it personally and all that. But I could see what they're saying and all that, because like with the dark nighttime maps, you have to be more like kind of stealthy in that and not always zoom down and all that, which can get really annoying. And I understand that and all that, but I personally like it. I like how there's the dark or the nighttime maps, stuff like that. I really like that. There's the realistic mosh pit too that came out. I haven't played that, but I played some of the realistic modes during the beta and all that, and I think that was pretty dope. The realistic modes and that. It was pretty nice and all that. So you got your hardcore mode, you got your realistic mode, and then you got your nighttime mode. So you got kind of 3 different variations from your standard mode. So you have standard, hardcore, realistic, nighttime, which is very nice, because it's very different, because I don't think any other COD had that many variations of a map. They would have normally standard, and with the standard ones you sometimes get like a nighttime looking one or a stormy one. Like with Call of Duty Black Ops 3, you sometimes got the jungle, and then you have the jungle like flooded and all that. So you got some variations of the map, just like Call of Duty Modern Warfare has, except for the Call of Duty Modern Warfare is like going dark, so like everything goes dark in that. It'd be also cool to see something like that too, like how Black Ops 3 like did flooded jungle and stuff like that. Maybe Modern Warfare instead, they can do like a map, but it got bombed or something. So although some of this buildings and that are broken down, or maybe they can do like different variations of the map would be pretty cool. But also, I'm not saying they should mostly focus on that, because I personally would rather newer maps than them doing variations, but maybe them sometimes putting out variations and stuff like that on the maps and that. If they just add more guns too, because like after getting to level 55, there's really no point of playing it unless if you really like the game, and I personally like the game and all that. So maybe that's another thing they can do too. Maybe if you get to level 10, you can add like another gun or something like that, like level 10 after level 55, so they get to level 56 or something like that, or just keep on adding more stuff to unlock after level 55s, but like a level 55s when the officer rewards or that works out or something like that. The maps are pretty good. I really like how they went back to the Modern Warfare 3 kind of way. I know a lot of people don't like how there's no lanes, like lane 1, lane 2, lane 3 type of way. There is Shooting House, which has the lane system. It's not a bad map, but it can get annoying, especially with the shotguns and stuff like that. And also the snipers. Because, like, the middle range is mostly, like, 95% of the time, middle range, useless. So you're only stuck with kind of 2 lanes, which is unfortunate. And that's why I kind of like how they brought back the Modern Warfare kind of way of maps where there's no lanes in that. It's just kind of, you just go wherever you want type of way. You know, you're not forced down 3 different paths. You got almost infinite paths in that, if that makes any sense. And yeah, so there's not a lot of maps, but they're been adding in maps in that, and so far everything they added in is free. They only had one thing you could buy in the store, which was for charity and that, which I don't mind if they keep on doing that, if they just add in like in-game items like charms and albums and like skins or whatever for charity. I do not mind that whatsoever. Or even if they just do it just to make extra bucks or whatever. I mean, if they just do it just to make extra bucks, sure, it'd be kind of annoying or whatever. But it's not the worst thing they can do if they do something like Fortnite or whatever. It won't be that bad. But to be honest, I think it would be kind of annoying, especially since we already paid like 80 plus bucks for it, like Canadian dollars, because like America dollars, it would be less. It's like 60 bucks or something like that, or 70, around that, and all that. Sorry, there, hitting my mic a couple times. So other than that, multiplayer, it's really fun. You got to be more tactic. Campers, sure, they can be annoying, especially spawn campers. There's actually this map with the bridge in that, and if you guys and girls already played the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The map with the bridge and that, where you can literally just spawn snipe people. Oh my gosh, I literally, there's one clip. It's closer to the end. I literally got like 7 kills with this one sniper, and I'm a decent sniper. I'm not the best. I'm not the worst. My sniping has definitely improved over the years, especially from playing Fortnite and that. I know not a lot of people like Fortnite and that, but I don't like it no more either. It's kind of, the game's ruined for me and that, and that's why I've been playing a lot more Call of Duty. And that, I actually haven't played. I haven't played Fortnite since Chapter 2 began, and then before then it was August 22nd, so you can kind of see that I went kind of away from that. But getting back on topic, spawn snipers, yeah, sure, they can be annoying, but we got the riot shield, so there's a lot of ways to kind of like use like tactics and that to kind of balance out the games. All the guns so far right now I think are good. Personally, they did some weapon tuning to the M1A1 or something like that. It was like the really overpowered AR that everyone used. It's like the top gun right now, I believe, from what I heard last. Like the gun that has the most kills in that from the community overall. And then the 725, that was so bad. It got nerfed 3 times. That's just how bad it was and all that. And right now, I think it's actually quite balanced. I played around with it in headquarters and hardpoint because like I had some missions, officer missions for that, and also get the shotgun headshots and AR headshots. So I used an AR and used that. I don't use the M1A1. I believe that's what it's called. If I miss saying it, I'm sorry, or misnaming it, I'm sorry. I don't use that one anymore, as I think the starting, like the first gun, the KILO, the kilo or something like that, I think is pronounced. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, I'm sorry. I'm really bad at pronouncing stuff, trust me, and all that. I use that one personally because I think it's better now than that one and all that. But I think all the weapons are pretty balanced now. I'm not too sure. I've been actually using some of the SMGs and also snipers too, just because I have the challenges again. I've been trying to complete some of them. So I haven't played around with every single gun, but I have played around, I would say, with most of the guns, especially also with gun game. I've been playing with that and all that, and been playing with some of them, and some of the recoil on the guns are so annoying. Oh my god, I'm just playing that, and some of them I'm just like, oh my gosh, why would they even add this gun? But overall, I think the guns are pretty balanced. I'm no expert, of course, in that, but from what I kind of feel in that, they all feel like they have their flaws and they have their pros, and they kind of balance out each other. The 725, I think, is actually finally balanced for once. And then the M1A1. I don't like it no more, but I played around with it after it got nerfed. It's not bad, but like it's not as good as it used to be, so that's why I don't use it no more. And I went back to the starting AR. But overall, I've been talking about multiplayer way too much because that's the mode that I played the most and all that. If they just keep on adding stuff to it, I'm also going to talk about this at the end when I do my overall slash general adding stuff to it for free, not DLC. I think it would be great and all that. Right now, it's pretty good. It's kind of lacking, I would say, modes and maps. Like, it got your standard modes, and it finally added in a party mode. But if they keep on just adding stuff like that every week, like Fortnite used to do, then we'll be good. And yes, I'm comparing Call of Duty to Fortnite because Fortnite used to be quite a really good game, a popular game, and now it's just gone trash. But we can discuss that later. So we're going on to the last mode, co-op slash special ops. Actually, before we go into that, I would say multiplayer is a 8 out of 10. It's pretty great, but there's a couple things I would personally change it to make it even better, or maybe a 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, 7.5 out of 10 or 8 out of 10. That's what I give it overall. Special ops slash co-op. So with special ops slash co-op, I haven't played too much of it. Especially, I played it like a lot at the launch, and then I played it recently too because the new update and that. Which I'm actually shocked that they give out free content, free missions, and stuff like that for it for free. I was actually expecting that to be DLC, but I really appreciate that. I'll go more in depth, of course, of that on my overall. So the first 4 at launch were super hard. I never completed them. I would get decent parts of it done in that, but it's really challenging. A lot of people complain about that. Same with me. There's the one with like the arena and that, and they spawn in tanks. That one's so ridiculously hard. I even tried to like the tactic that a lot of people use to beat it with going on top of the arena, like dying and then like using your parachute to go on top of the arena and then shooting them. But you just run out of bullets, and then like I put down bullet packs and that, and you just don't get enough bullets in my opinion to complete that. So I'm not sure if last update. I know that last update they added in like care packages and stuff like that, and a lot of things to special ops to kind of nerf it a bit, I would say, and all that. But I'm not sure if it's easier now, or is it still neat, or is it too easy, normal, or is it too hard? I'm hoping that it's kind of normal, so then like a casual player like me, I'm a casual player, can actually enjoy it and stuff like that. But first 4 so hard, and then the new one it starts with an H or an H. Sorry, I can't remember. They just added it in yesterday what it's properly called. It's actually really easy. I literally beat it first try. And it's kind of too easy in my opinion, but it's not that bad. I mean, I went down like a couple times and that my teammates did, but I think it's a bit too easy on the scale of difficulty. Let's say you want your difficulty at a 5, and one's way too easy, and then a 10 is way too hard. I would say it's about a 3.5, maybe a 4. So like they just need to tune that one a bit just to make it a bit more difficult, but it was fun. It was fun. Special ops is like just fun, but it's really annoying and frustrating because it's so hard and annoying. Now I might be I can't remember the other new one. I played the other one new one about 7 times already. It starts with a B. It's like Batlin or something, or I'm not even sure if that's even what it's called. I don't remember actually its name, so I don't even know why I bother trying to call the mission name or the operation name or whatever. But that one is so hard. You have to like go over with the hacking, and you have to get the players to stand literally right beside it. The radius of like standing right beside the hacking thing is so small. It's annoying. It's absolutely annoying and just dumb. And you have to do that 3 times, I believe, which is extremely dumb. I don't like that one whatsoever. it's just annoying and irritating and stuff like that. It's not like the other new mission that starts with an H. The other new mission that starts with an H, you have to find intel around the map, and I really like how you can find intel to reduce your time in that. I found like a good like 10 of them or so, something like that. So, and it takes off a half a minute, and like I reduced the time by almost half, just the amount I found and stuff like that. And it's really cool. I really like that one. It can be annoying to find them in that, but it's not like the other ones where you just like kind of feels like you just have to sort of just survive while also get into places and that. Like there's a mission where you have to escort a like kind of tank or that, and you have to get to certain checkpoints and stuff like that. That one's just kind of annoying. It feels like you just have to survive. And then there's the Headhunter. I believe that's the one actually with the stadium that I was talking about earlier. That one's just completely annoying. And then the other two, Crosswing, I believe that's the one with the airplane and stuff like that. And then there's the other one where you have to like get to certain places, survive there, and stuff like that. I think that's the other fourth one at launch. Like you start on there's like a roof too and stuff like that that you start off on, and those ones are just kind of feel like you just have to survive while doing an objective. They don't feel like a mission. They almost feel like Infinity Ward's trying to get away with, oh, this is special ops survival, but we're gonna just tweak it a bit so people don't think it is, but it is. Kind of. But the two new operations, or the one that starts with an H doesn't feel like it, but the one that starts with a B does feel like that. And it's also really annoying, that one. I actually hate it. I feel like it's the worst. But I haven't played I played it about 7 times, like I said, so maybe it'll grow on me after playing it a bit more and all that. Now I'll get into Special Ops Classic. Again, that was just updated, so now it has the star system in that, which is interesting. So I feel like they're going more on the approach of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 and 2 kind of missions there in that, which is definitely interesting. And a lot of people would complain about like we don't have the missions with the stars and stuff like that, like those two games and stuff like that. So you got your new Special Ops, and then you got your old one, which I really actually like. I think that's actually a pretty cool idea, and really smart idea and stuff like that. So I really like how they're doing that. They just need to add more missions to Special Ops, because I feel like there's not a lot, especially at launch. It's like they only got 4 missions, and I know like there's huge type of missions that, but they got 4 when like Modern Warfare 3 had like 20 or something ridiculous like that at launch. Like, kind of feel like we're being cheated out on like so much content, but they are adding in free content, so I'm very happy about that. If they would have added in DLC and charged us extra for more missions than that, I would have been personally annoyed, and I wouldn't have bought it. Because like, I'm kind of getting annoyed with Call of Duty's DLC and stuff like that, especially after what happened with Black Ops 4, how they charge like over $60 and stuff like that, and I feel super gypped out because like all the Ether maps were remastered when all that should have been worth maybe like $10 or something, like Zombies Chronicles, and stuff like that. And yeah, so the survival, it's really hard. It's not like normal Modern Warfare 3 survival, which I was hoping it was like Modern Warfare 3's survival, but just new maps and some new stuff in that. And so I like how you can like customize your guns and stuff like that. That's something definitely that I was expecting new. I know you can do that in Modern Warfare 3, but you have to buy it and stuff like that. I like how it automatically comes free, I believe, and stuff like that, with attachments. Like if you buy a gun, you can get its attachments free and stuff like that. And I was hoping for new enemies in that, and something cool also that I would have liked to see is like maybe the map changing like midway through it. So let's say you get to wave 20, something like that. Wave 21, you have to like run through this maybe pathway or something like that, or a plane picks you up. So you have to try to get to a plane or something like that. So a plane comes down, all of your teammates have to get in there in a certain time, or else the plane gets like destroyed or blown up or something like that. And that plane brings you to a new map. So then wave 22, you're on a new map and you're fighting different enemies or something like that. I think that would have been really cool. Stuff like that, just to kind of keep the original kind of classic Special Ops survival, but also switch it up. But I also love how there's 4 players now instead of 2. It's just like EXO survival. But it would have been nice to see those type of stuff personally and stuff like that. But who knows? Maybe they'll add it in eventually. Stuff like that. So special ops, I feel like special ops is kind of the downfall so far to Modern Warfare. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love special ops. But so far, in my opinion, it's kind of been a disappointment and all that. Multiplayer, like, sure, there's things disappointing about it. And also same with the campaign, but I feel like this is the most disappointing part about Modern Warfare so far. So I would give that about a 6 out of 10. Yeah, 6 out of 10. Yeah, sure. We'll do that. I'm in a good mood today, so 6 out of 10. Cause like it's good, but it's disappointing. 6.5 on a bad day, I would give it. So like it's like a good okay. Like as long as they keep on adding free stuff to it, it definitely become a great game mode and stuff like that. And they keep on listening to the community. So now let's get into the general slash overall. So Modern Warfare, thing I really like is the devs actually listen to us. That's something definitely I feel like a company known as Treyarch has been lacking a lot recently. Personally, I don't know. This is again all my personal opinion. It may not be true. It may be true, but just kind of look at how it treated the community, especially with Black Ops 4. I feel like they've just been kind of completely ignoring us and stuff like that. And so I'm really glad Infinite Warfare's listened to us. They listened to our complaints about claymores and 725 and that. So if they keep on doing stuff like that and they keep on updating the game, they'll do great. Again, with the like I was mentioning with the updates and that, if they keep on updating the game just like what Fortnite did every week. And I know yesterday was a big update, but if they at least add in, I would say either a new game mode or a new mission, something like that, to special ops, or if they're able to add in a new mission slash classic special ops thing, right? A new map to multiplayer or a new mode, or maybe both, or like something like that. If they can add in like something new to each mode each week, I think it would be great. Or like something like they add in 2 new guns to both modes and stuff like that. So then level 57 is like the next kind of like point, or maybe it'll be level 56 and you unlock both of them, or maybe they'll just like still have it up to level 55 and they just have like add those 2 guns certain ends, so you unlock 2 things instead of like 1 thing at a certain level or something like that. That would be really cool. Or if they add in new attachments or stuff like that afterwards, or add in that type of stuff. A thing that I kind of disappointed with, but also kind of understand because like this was part of the Modern Warfare series, is there's no custom albums. Now I know that's more of kind of a Treyarch thing in that, but or at least like that's where I personally thought it started off with, like with Black Ops 1, Treyarch added in custom albums and stuff like that. But Modern Warfare never had it, so I could see why they don't have it in that, but I think that would still be cool to add. Maybe also another thing that might be weird, custom like kind of like uh charms maybe, like, or the not albums, like the titles and stuff like that. Maybe that the charms actually maybe not, because that kind of sounds a bit too weird in that. But I definitely like the charms and Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Thing that's kind of slightly disappointing in that is there's not a lot of like kind of like oh shoot, I don't know what the proper term is, but you know how you aim down your sights and there's like a red dot and you could switch it in some CODs and stuff like that. I think it's called something like recoil, or not recoil, it's like RECITLE or something like that. I'm not sure how you quite pronounce it, because again, I'm really bad at English, so I'm really bad at pronouncing stuff, so I'm not even gonna bother. I think that's how you spell it. I could be wrong or that, but anyways, how you aim down your sights and you could change the red dot to like maybe a skull or stuff like that. That would be really cool to see again. And then maybe they can add in custom ones where you can make your own kind of custom like sight, like for like your custom dot or whatever. That'd be pretty cool. I know that they have that in, but they only have it for the 4x zoom, so it'd be nice to see it for the other sites in that too, in my opinion. uh Again, if they keep on adding more modes, more maps, that would be great. Especially more party, more casual ones like infection, uh drop, I think there's something like called drop zone or something like that, in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, where like you have to go around and like there's a drop zone, so you stay in there, you capture it, you gain points, but also it like drops you cool like score streaks and that. It'd be cool to see something like that come back. Even some like kind of custom fan ones, maybe like come in official modes, but they Infinite Warfare tweaks it so it's all balanced and stuff like that. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe they like have like submit like custom modes, like so you make like custom game mode and stuff like that, and you could submit it to Infinite Warfare, stuff like that, or give them like a rule sheet and stuff like that, and they like make it and then they like give you like credit or something like that, sort of like what Fortnite did with their Fortnite creative. That might be way too much, but I think that would be definitely epic, and it'll make the game last a lot longer, especially its life too. Especially if they update it every week. I really hope that they update it every week or so. And if they're not able to get a big update every week, then maybe every second week. So like every week, they maybe add in something small. So it'd be like small update, big update, or maybe like they do 3 small updates per month, and then like some way, like maybe at the beginning of the month or the end of the month or middle of the month, they add in one huge update like they did yesterday. So like add in like 3 new like missions to like special ops or stuff like that. I think that'd be pretty cool and all that. But so far, Call of Duty Modern Warfare is looking promising. At the beginning, a lot of people were kind of disappointed, or at least I saw some people disappointed, and I was kind of too with like the amount of modes and multiplayer and that. But then the updates kind of came and they were free in that, and it kind of like surprised me. But I know like Call of Duty World War II, they added in free stuff in that too at the beginning and that. But if they keep on going with this path, then I think they can actually make Call of Duty Modern Warfare actually good. Uh, I know also Black Ops 4 did that too. They added in some free multiplayer stuff and Blackouts, sorry, stuff, their Battle Royale. But they didn't do anything with their zombie mode that was really free other than add in some new perks and stuff like that. But you had to have the DLC, I believe. Or maybe you don't. I'm not really too sure. I never played Black Ops 4 without the DLC. That's literally the first thing I bought because, like, I love zombies and I thought that was going to be an amazing year. But, again, we can talk about that in a different video if your peeps are interested with why I'm so disappointed with Black Ops 4. But the devs on Twitter, they seem to be always, like, kind of active, always answering stuff like that, teasing about new updates and that, which I really like. I appreciate it. I follow one of them, and like the other one, I think I follow like 2 of them, I think. Or maybe I follow one, I just keep on seeing someone else like retweet or like it on Twitter or whatever. But they seem to be active and stuff like that. And then Call of Duty Infinite Warfare tweet right away when there's a new update for Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which is nice and all that. They don't like just keep a patch notes secret, which I really do appreciate it. They also have an in-game where you can see patch notes, which I really like because I like to see what's new and stuff like that. I'm like one of those type of persons and all that. And yeah, so I know that they're not going to update Call of Duty, the campaigns. So the campaign's always just going to kind of stay, like I said, a 6.57, I believe that's the rated I gives it. All that, but overall, it looks very promising. It may not be the best COD right now, but if they keep on going with the way that they're going now, it can be. If they don't add in DLC and they keep on making free updates, this can literally be the best Call of Duty on the PS4. And that's a lot saying because like it's been a while since we had a good COD. Personally, I think the last good COD, or I should say also great COD we had, was Black Ops 2. I mean, I liked Advanced Warfare, but not a lot of people liked it, but I would say as a community. Call of Duty Ghost was doo-doo in my opinion. But it'd be nice if we had a very great COD, and it also kind of justified rebooting or like soft rebooting the Modern Warfare series in my opinion, because like I know like they probably just did it just to make like some more extra bucks in that, especially since the Modern Warfare series was super popular and did really well. But if they keep on updating it and giving free stuff out and stuff like that, then it would justify it more in that. And if they make this into a great COD, then I personally think that would justify more resetting the Call of Duty Modern Warfare series. Because I'm kind of like upset that they didn't make a number 4, but I also understand it because like if they made a number 4, then it kind of sounds like they're trying to make another buck, but also soft rebooting it makes them sound like they're trying to make like more easy bucks by like making the whole new series all over again instead of continuing it. So either way, it kind of sound bad, but I'm kind of glad that they went back to Modern Warfare, honestly. But yeah, overall the game, it's good. It's not great, I would say. So it's like a 7, 6.5 out of 10. If they keep on going the way they're going, this game can come a solid 8, maybe even a solid 9, becoming like one of the best CODs. But so far, it's a good game. If you're planning to get it, I would wait until Black Friday, because apparently Black Friday there's gonna be crazy sales for this game. So if you're planning on getting it, or if you're iffy on getting it because of the pricing, stuff like that, I definitely get it for Black Friday, or put it on your Christmas list, especially since Christmas is almost in a month and all that. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. You're still very hesitant about it. I would watch other people's reviews and stuff like that, watch gameplays on it and stuff like that, just so you're completely know everyone's kind of view on it and stuff like that. I'm kind of biased too, because like I said earlier, I played every single COD except for 1 and 3, but just because I'm biased towards COD does not mean I will not critique it and stuff like that and call them out. I still will do that, and just because I like the game, I will, like, it's with life. Just because I really like something doesn't mean I won't call it out or critique it or say when they're wrong or when it's bad. It's stuff like that. But yeah, anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a bit of a different video than normal. I'm actually thinking of making a channel where I just review stuff and have reactions and stuff like that. So for people that just want to stick with my gaming videos and that, and want to see my gaming more kind of funny moments, making jokes side, they can see that. And for those who want to see more of what I think side, they could see more of that. So tell me what if you peeps are interested in that and all that, or leave a like and all that too. So yeah, anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe and all that, and I'll catch you all for another one. And remember to danger on.